Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru. Sikh Dharma has a competency to relate to the life, and I am picking out of what word actually Sangat. Sangat, there are two words. We normally, when we speak, we call Sangat. Sangat. What we are trying to see, where it leads towards to a reversal psychology or intercompassion of the relationship between people, persons, individuals, relatives and realities. Normally it is considered that Sangat is a holy congregation. That's all we can say about it. But that's not true. If you read Siri Guru Granth, you will be surprisingly say that Kabir has told about the soul, the part of body, the part of lotuses, the part of other things. And Guru Nanak has spoken about interrelated consciousness, outward interrelationship, conception, intuition. There's not a one sphere which has not been touched. Our idea to do a Khandapāṭ is to pick up a luck, pick up a choice. All right, I'm going to read the Sri Guru Granth from 12 to 3. So within that 12 to 3, how many pages you read and Guru talks to you and you talk to the Guru, that's the purpose. Purpose of reading Gurbani is not to show off or to let anybody be satisfied that you have done it. No, that's not the purpose. Purpose is, in Sikh Dharma, there is absolutely a direct communication between the Guru and the Sikh. So, a Sikh comes to the Guru, and Guru speaks to him, and Sikhs understand what is being spoken. And the highest meditation, that you hear your own words. And you hear the God's words. And you hear the Guru's words. So you speak Guru's words, and you speak Guru's concept of the God words, and you hear it. There's no higher stage of sophisticated meditation than this in a human body or human lifetime. People just do not understand. Reading a book and reading a Guru are two different readings, altogether different. They have absolutely no common concept. Because reading a book, you may understand, may not understand. You may listen to the book, may not listen to the book. You may have any reverence for it, may not have any reverence for it. But when reading the Guru, you have to listen to obey. You have to listen to improve. You have to listen to resurrect. You have to listen to increase your capacity. Somebody talking to you, which means to you more than you. Book may not mean to you. It may mean less to you, it may mean more to you, it may mean negative to you, it may mean positive to you. But Guru is not open for discussion. Guru is there for obedience. We repeat it many times, we read it many times, we know it many times. But do we understand it any time? Even one line? People are searching. People are searching for Gurus. Some wise man, some perfect man, some miracle man. Here is the wise man, the miracle man, and the man which is not substandard. It won't change. It won't have a diarrhea. It won't have because you come and you belong to a rich caliber, therefore it will change its statement. No, nothing. It will say exactly again and again, today, 20 years from now, same thing. Choice is yours. You come, pick it up. It's an interrelated personality of that subtlety, of that sophistication, of which man actually is proud of. Otherwise, you are totally a stupid animal who just walk on two legs and you do not use two hands to be creative. And all you live is for security. All right, what difference does it make? You're rich or you're poor, you're big or small. You're going to die anyway. Are you going to die unfulfilled? Jivan Mukt, the word, Jivan Mukt, San, Gat, completion, Gat, Gat pai hamari, Gat, fulfillment, completion. What is that? God has created man in a way that it cannot be fulfilled ever? Religion will keep on exploiting, getting people's money, giving them nothing. There is no sheep and sheep herd and flock. There's a man in personification. Man is God inside. And it has to come outside. It cannot get choked. There was a yoga line which I used to read it and I never understood it. Jalandhar Band, Agyani And. And I used to say, if this is a Jalandhar Band, if you apply Jalandhar Band, naturally your faculty to project and penetrate through the word increases. Agyani And, what it means? It means without that you are, neither you have a knowledge and you are blind. So, typically it is said reversely. It's said never. I said, what is this? One should never have Jalandhar Bandha in me. What is this? This sutra doesn't make... But you know, it's a very funny thing I have realized. In old time, all the sutras were written that ordinary man may not understand them. There is always a key to it. Whether they were not trusting or... I don't know. I don't want to pass any judgment. But one thing Guru Nanak did. Guru Nanak sat with people, talk in the language of people, became a people, became a Sangat, in whose company you enjoy, relax, feel blissful, happy, feel directed, elevated, resurrected. That is Sangat. It can be you too. It can be your Guru too. But you have to relatingly listening to it. Listening to obey is a different attitude. In command office, I had experience. If you say something, it is listened. I worked about 18 years myself in life, I can tell you. I have never in those 18 years heard, what did you say, sir? No, I don't know this thing. I can say it very confessingly. I do not know I spoke very low or small, high or in pitch, or I was angry, I was mad. Nothing. I remember one instance which I want to share you, how listening is. One day I came to the job and I found everything unsuitable. You know, sometimes you come very irky from home and become itchy on the job. You know, it's a human experience. Guru says this way, you came very itchy with God to come to the planet and you have become very irksome while living on the earth. It is right there. So human behavior is very thoroughly discussed. So it was one of that day when I was sarcastically unbalanced myself. Let us put it in those terminology. And I caught up a man and I shouted at him. I said, what is going on? This, that stuff. When you show off that you are an officer and other is subordinate, that's a psychological inverted sangat. It is also a sangat. It is a company in a bad mood to create badness. We do it. I mean, it's totally human. Watch yourself when you do that. When that was over, in between I said that something is happening, somebody should take care of it. I went to office, sat down, and this person was saying, hey, he has a mood worse than you can believe. He said, forget about the mood. He said something. What was that? He said, did you hear it? I said, yeah, he wanted that to be done. He said, I heard it. I just wanted to confirm it. I still today say, there was an authentic development to listen. To listen. Doesn't matter what my mood is, what my tone is, what my pitch is. That's a relationship. And in Japji, when it say, Man suniye siddh peer surnath, it's no different. Power to listen. And what more beautiful can be when you speak and you listen in a dialogue with the Guru. That's what Sri Guru Granth is a dialogue of hierarchy to resurrect the lower self into the ecstasy in such a simple communication and in such a blissful intercourse where no reaction is possible because Guru is standardized self. Forever. It won't change. It won't ask. It won't take. It does only one thing. Give, give, give till you get tired. Dinda de, lende thakpa, juga jugattar khai kha, hukmi hukum chalaye ra, nanak vikse, veparva. Veparva. Carefree Guru. Open it in the day, open it in the night, open it in the middle of the night or middle of the day, it is your problem. And when you will speak to it, it will speak back to you. And you have to speak to it with your speaking power plus your visual eyes. It won't speak to the blind. And with your visual contact, and with your self-orientation and self-outry of the words, relating the words of Nanak, and listening to the word of Nanak in your own voice, what more religion can give anybody? And there's no camouflage in it. Guru Nanak speaks to you in your own tone, mode, language, communication and frequency. And if you are that arrogantly ignorant, I'll say, that you don't want to listen to yourself, then who you are going to ever listen? And simple line. That's where Japji starts. Japji is a written reverse. It starts with Ek Onkar, and it last है जिन्नी नाम त्याया गए मुसक्कत काल नानक तय मुकुजले केती छुट्टी नाल. But if you read Keti Chutti Naal reversely, you will understand the entire life phenomena of Japji, your life. Japji understands it. And before slok, Jat Pahara Tirish Sunyar Ehren Met Vedathya. Can you believe, can any psychologist or psychiatrist can give you a personality profile? It tells you the secret, the power, the most penetrating power of success, resurrection, mentally, spiritually, and physically, and universally. God, it is such an intercombination. Two magnetic root square into the square of the combination of the vibratory effective of the magnetic field to penetrate into the vibratory factor, the pranas, into the combination of the neurons to set the brain patterns in the left and right hemisphere to create a universal consciousness so the man can understand the unseen, unknown, and unheard. Projection is re-established back to the re-uttering of the words so creative so that the hypothalamus with medulla can work it out to the positive self of the brain so the man can be intuitive and adjectively energetic. I'm not saying this for you. This is about 500 years from now. The Sikhs will understand what I said, and it will be magnetic field life. You are all stupid for that either, so, it is something, we'll narrate it in a simple language here. But this, what I said, don't be astonished, this is for those. They will get the root scares and all that situation. And they will understand Siri Guru Granth. And they will read it as it should be read. They will know it as it should be known. And they will feel as it should be felt. And they will never consider it as a book. If they ever consider it as a book, it will be a book of their life. It will be a page, it will be a layer of their consciousness. And it will reveal to them the steps of ecstasy, Sangat. They will find Gat in the seal, in the association of this. Mankind has to come to conclude that fluctuation is the process and it's not the project. Project is to be complete and then see, enjoy, feel to be complete. To be complete is totally erotic. To be complete, then for what? To be complete, to enjoy, to be complete. There's a happiness. Sikh Dharma is based on happiness. Happy to dress, happy to eat, happy to live. Gratitude. Because Sikh Dharma establishes the ownership of God. Ikankar means the one who created this planet and this universe and me, you and us is the owner. It's an established fact. I don't believe in God. There is no such thing, believe in God. He is the owner. You believe in an owner? Idiot, you are out of job. You can't work in that company. You can't. There's no such thing. I believe in God. Then I'm searching God. You search your boss. When you have made a decision, you have to know where he is. Is that not a normal way of your life? When it comes to God, because God is too vast, too huge, too infinite, and you are too small, too dingy, and you don't want to establish Sangat, you don't want to create a relationship, you don't want to be, you want to decide what your ego tells you, not what your God tells you. God is not available to you. You have to search it. What a lie you all religious people live. You have to search God who created you, who is around you, who give you breath of life, who change your cells by, hey, what are you talking about? When the part of God in you, the soul leaves, you stink, don't you? Then worms eat you. If the worms don't eat you, then you have to be put in a boat and put to fire, right? You saw that movie? Did you go or not? What, you don't come to Gurdwara, that means you don't go to the movies. I know you all, you do go. He was given the last rites in a Viking way. Because he did told the grandchildren, I don't want to be in the grave of my family and be eaten by worms. Give me a respectable out. And that was the respectable out. They did it. There is no strength of wealth which does not give you respectable out. That's the law. And Guru tells you to be respectable out. Just like this. In diagonal pressure, in an inversion of construction to create a total rhythmical or globic or rectangular situation to uplift the weight in that situation in which the energy patterns are established to the base of the circle, levering the triangle energy into the angle to coordinate with the performance of the performer in which the magnetic field comes from the psyche of the universe to uplift the self. It's the moving process of F, energy base is energy reacted and creative into the balance. As the law of universal force in physics applies to the earth, so it shall apply to the heavenly energy in that angular action in which the pattern of the neurons can look into the self of the nervous system, and its creative and glandular system will work through the granthis called the lotuses, and in which elevated consciousness will reproject and reprocess and understand and compute intuitively all subjection of the human body, mental and physical, in environments beforehand. As the process of the cell changes in 72 hours later, 72 hours intuitive reactive should be the memory part of the subconscious of the human being so fulfilled and understood. If in future you, the children of the Guru, and being the Sikh, understand the development, in that creativity you shall excel, and that's the basic a human is supposed to be, otherwise it is still in a monkey stage. This is recorded, reprocess it, and see it what I'm saying. Now for you, this, yeah, but I have to tell you, I'm saying you are the congregation, otherwise they will listen, they will understand it, but not you. Now, the sun has three processes. Sun, now I'm telling you as 3000 BC we used to talk. Let's talk that way. Yeah, that's how it is. Sun is a power, worship, image, God. It has three things in it. One is the flare, one is the heat, and one is the light. Heat, light, and flare. Flares control the psyche and the movement and the capacity of the universe it governs. Heat creates the low and high pressures and balances. Rays give you the power to expand and to contract. These are the three physical laws which has to be followed in every sphere of life. So practically here, you have to be bright. Or at least you are dumb or idiot, you have to impress somebody you are bright. And you can do it in a stupid way, or you can do in a wise, subtle, sophisticated way. Choice is yours, whether you want a gross way of living or sophisticated way of living. This you have to settle. That is the individual freedom. There are certain freedoms which you have got. But those who choose to be sophisticated, which is 7% of the 100, 93% people use gross, unsophisticated force to live. They do not process their thought form to make it settle. You can look into yourself. Everything you say, you communicate, you listen, you deal with, you plan, you have to process it from the raw stage of bruteness to the subtle stage of human. And anything which you process to the subtle stage of human has to become the radiant stage of the angel. And actually it is the radiant stage of the communication of the angel which you should be performing. And that understanding is, which is psychology. That is human. That is humanology. A man to process himself, through all activity, profile, projection, that he can make that whole process within himself in the elementary form of the grossness, rawness, to sophisticatedness of the human subtleties, and then to make it penetratingly radiant, to make a projectile so it can be effective. Guru teaches this. You want to know the secret? Guru knew that we are humans and we are gorillas. He knew that. It's not that he did. We didn't have that long hair, and somebody asked me, define woman. I say, man without beard. What is there to define? It's just God's creation, and it's there, fundamental. However, just understand, Guru knew that we are gorillas and will use elementary bare force. Brand, they call it. Brand, brain, and bullion. These are three powers of the world. If you know economics, then you know them. If you don't know, buy the elementary book of economics of the graduation standard, you will find the whole theory there. So we use that gross force without sophisticating it. Guru knew it. Guru also knew it, the projection effectiveness of a saint is required. And a Sikh has to live the knowledge of a person which must be like a saint. We have to live like a saint and we have to act like a soldier. How to create that energy? When there's not time. That is why father of this nation, Guru Gobind Singh, the real father, established Siri Guru Granth as the Guru for the Sikhs. He didn't give you holy book. It's a damn lie. It's a rotten untruth. Those who call Siri Guru Granth holy book of the Sikhs are stupidly ignorant. It's not. It's a living process, a Guru, organic. It's not inorganic. Guru knew that the process of introduction is through intercourse. The process of creation is through intercourse. And how to create an intercourse and be sure of pregnancy. Just understand now with a spiritual sense. Because in the West you are very sexual people. All you understand, intercourse, intercourse, intercourse. If female is not available, male is available, that's fine. If nothing is available, then let us do with the air, doesn't matter. That's how you think that way. Patal Desh, is the underworld. So here the energy is erotic and mental energy is neurotic. And the creativity, pursuit is chaotic. Don't misunderstand. The bruteness is well defined, and these are psychological terms. And then everybody is psychologically imbalanced. So basically we are pursuing that. But Guru knew that. So he took away the rawness and gave the sophisticatedness in a simple way. In a simple way. Speak with me just in the 8 beat. 8 beat. Jat Pahara Tiraj Sunya. You are eating now. Now it is science. Forget about your system. Now, within myself, nobody is listening. I am with the Japji, I am with me. Jat. Na. This tongue is a lingam. And yuni is this mouth. And the point to touch is automatically the upper palate. Upper palate has a meridian point, 84 meridian point, connecting with the brain, which is hypothalamus. And then you can take a whole book on the brain and see how it works. I'm not going to teach you economics of biology, and I'm not going to give you the statistics of the medical science. I leave it to you. But let us do it today, an experiment. All right, let's go in a simple intercourse of it. Jat. Each word has a profound impounding packet. It's a typewriter thing. Type it. Self-process type it when you become professional in it, but simple, this is now mechanical. Jat Pahara Dheeraj Sunyar. See the sound, how it sounds. And you read, you know how you read? You think you have read it. You have done your day. No, that's not Japji. That's not Sikh Dharma. That's not Guru. That's your version. Well, let's go scientifically now. Let's create the art and science, put it together as it is to be effective. Impact. Don't impress. Create impact. Impress, moment. Impact, forever. Jat, Pahara, Dheeraj, Sunyar, Aharan, Mat, Ved, Thyar. No, use the tongue. That sound balance in your mouth should be fulfilled as you put a big spaghetti on the spoon and roll it up and put the very kumbham sovam satyam parameshwara. That's the science of the Granth. So create that. Kumbham. Jat, Pahara, Dheeraj, Aaron. Did you enjoy it? Don't feel embarrassed. This is called impact calling. The pounding of the intercourse between the upper palate and the tongue, the lingam, is effective. And it has to be more effective. In Bani, where Rahau comes, you will see the impact and projection changes to the angular side of the meridians. And as in harmonium, we use this side for high, thick sound. We use this side for high, thin sound. And thick and thin, high and low, pitches continue. That's why whole Sri Guru Granth is in a rag. I was shattered that day, shattered, totally, blown out of my mind. I'm not still together. And this is the first time in my whole life I want to go somewhere where I see nobody for a while. Because I went to a Khand Path and they stopped. The Ragmala was not read. And I have no claim that they read it or not read it. I'm not upset about it. But when it was not read, it took away like leap year out of the time schedule is gone and we are outdated. Because Sri Guru Granth is very well living organic Guru. You take 15 breath average per minute. 15. If you multiply 365 days into hours and then into minutes and multiply with 15, you will find that many sutras are Sri Guru Granth. Exactly, for the whole year. And then you will find the leap year, which comes as a quarter every year, and you have one extra day after 4 years, is the sutra of the Ragmala. And to honor the Ragas, because they presented themselves before Guru Arjan and said, we are Ragas and we are only being played and sung and encouraged and developed in the houses of the prostitution. And Guru Arjan said, no, you will be now process living and being in the house of the Guru, house of the God. And in Hari Mandir, the house of God, Guru Arjan sang himself according to the note and tune and impact. What is a raga? Raga is a note and tune and impact, a projection of that time, space and vitality message you want to have. It's intercourse. Ra means sun, Ga means path, go. Raga, Naga. Naga means the path where nobody can go, snake can go, they call it Naga. That it can shrink to a thread and can be a fat that you can understand. Ra means sun. Where sun rules Raja, and in union Yoga, Raja Yoga. So basically what I'm explaining to you is that is what it is, traditionally understood, well established, and that day, all of a sudden, somebody took away the part. But if we tell them not to take 40th Paudi of Ananda Sahib and fix it with the 5th and call it Ananda Sahib, be honest. Either read all the 40 or stop at 5. What is this jumping? It is Sri Guru Granth. Anand is in Sri Guru Granth. Nobody can make small Anand, medium Anand, big Anand. Nobody has the authority. It cannot be accepted. Because Guru word is forever. It cannot change. Its pattern cannot change. Because it's the basic pattern of the neuron impact complication to interrelate to the hemispheres and keep changing in colorization so the message process of the development of brain can reach and conceive the concept of the magnetic infinity. That's why what is said and done and patternized is forever. And we call it Sri Guru Granth. It cannot change. We can't accept it. Sikhs, no Sikhs, Sri Guru Granth shall remain intact to create that impact to which there is nothing to react. British came, they found out after conquering the Lahore Darbar, what is the secret of the Sikhs? Why they are so beautifully martial and we have to cheat them to lose their war? We couldn't do it straight. They found out the most blissful Bani, which gives them accomplishment to replenish their life and their strength and their fatigue, is Anand Sahib. So they collected Khalsa Diwan, they call it, whatever that body is, Chief Khalsa Diwan. So some of those dummies got collected. You know, everybody's these days, yes sir, business. And they put an impact and came out with a solution. It takes too long to read Anand. So make it Chota Anand. Now, Chota Anand, this man-made Anand, and after that they stand before the Guru, Anand Sahib Ji ki ardas. Now why don't you give somebody $100 bill and give on one side half an inch of this side and one square on another side and tell him this $100 bill and take away the whole thing and see which bank will challenge not and cash it. Can you do that? Take a $100 bill, take a scissor, cut it one way, 1/40th part of it, 5 times, and then take the 40th part and put it together on a piece of paper and go to the cashier, tell her and say, here's a $100 bill. He said, where's the rest? That I'm keeping and this you cash. Now who can do that? We even went to Jathedar Akal Takht. We built up a wooden stair with 5 paudis and then the 40th paudi. And we told him, you are the supreme leader of the Sikh, would you go on this paudi? He said, I got the impression. All right. You just read 5, not anything. I said, we are reading only 5. Just to make a point, polite point. We want to communicate, we want to make you understand. Because this is a Bani in the Siri Guru Granth, is a part of my Guru, I do not want it to be muddled. I do not want it to be arranged, or rearranged, or changed. You do not understand, but I understand. The Mangala Charan over the Shabad is invocation. And every Mangala Charan is the invocation. Therefore, you cannot have a standardized invocation for all the Shabads. In some Shabad is only Ikonkar Satgur Prasad, in some Ikonkar Satnam Karta Prukh Nirpau, the whole thing, in some Ikonkar Satgur Prasad, Ikonkar Satnam Satgur Prasad. There are different invocations. They are preamble to the impact of the Shabad on the meridian, neurons, pattern, combination of the magnetic field in combining force to the relative energy with the relative intuitive message sending with the chakras. Do you understand? This is simple. Yeah, okay, this is how it is. The chakras in the body are effective gunas of controlling and distributing the energy. Let's just understand a canal system. Like artery, main artery, and small arteries, and then there are veins and big veins, and you understand the body system. I understand the irrigation system, how to water the entire system. Now in that system, the pattern of the neurons control in the brain is also very effectively and royally controlled by the pineal. Through its radiation, it's a radiation center, it's a main computer center. That little grain piece in the brain is more effective than the entire universal almighty God. The little stuff. It doesn't require any surgery, it doesn't develop anything on it. It's just a little thing. But it's a total atomic energy center. It controls the vibration of the neurons pattern in the brain. It connects the hemisphere to coordinate and overtake each other at the time of need, but also all the granthis, all the chakras in the bodies are also coordinated. And that is done through the radiant body. Your nervous system, your physical system, your nothing is used. Your stethoscope, that's why your stethoscope cannot feel it, read it. No, everything is going over the head. It's getting complicated. Oh, we are discussing Sri Guru Granth. I'm just trying to make you understand. As the pineal, commander of the pituitary commander of the glandular system, as the glands, the guardian of the human health, body and life, exactly the same way through the radiant body, from its vibratory radiation self, pineal controls the combined system of the human body. Therefore, the most powerful virtue is to read Sri Guru Granth in that solid state of understanding, listening, caring, because that is for ourselves. So this process to be a Sikh is not just to belong to a religion. Process to be a Sikh is to be excellent. And not to be excellent just to be excellent, but to enjoy to be excellent. And how you enjoy to be excellent? When you make others to be excellent. Because reproductivity, recreation is our process. It God in us. You know, God has failed only in one thing, that one God, which is competent of all competences, is a total failure in one thing. It couldn't create another God. If God could have created another God, we were not needed. So lucky that he couldn't. And then he has to come out with a pasara. And this is a pran pasara. Half of him, half of God is under the water, half of the God is in the air and the earth. In sensitive purposes. But that's the only one planet. There are many, many planets where you all live. And the third etheric level of living, in which you live as a transparent. So life has many dimensions and many diagonals and many directions. So this diagonal energy creatively creates. And Guru understood patala, patal, lak, agasan, agas, audak, pal, take, vaid, kanik, what. Then he marks at it. Sense, tara, kain, kateban. All knowledge granthas, kateban, these are books which are saying this. Aslo iktat, but aslo, the real self is just that one. Likha hoye ta likhiye, likhe hoye vinas. If I can write, by writing is all can be destroyed, but nobody can write it. What is the last line? Next line? No. I have not completed the paudi. Come on. Nanak vadda akhi ape jane aap. Nanak just praise him so he knows what he's doing. You know, when you don't know somebody, you agree to that. That's why Guru Nanak, in realization of the totality, has tried to humble himself from everything to nothing. And that spirit of creative Nanak, living Nanak, is the Siri Guru Granth. That's why in the end of the Shabad, the word Nanak comes, there is a seal to remind us that it's real, it is true, and that is Sangat. There are two words, sun, S-U-N, sun, S-O-N, sun, right? Right? Sun, if you want to reach the sun and feel the perfection, the gati, you better read it right. That's what it is. Kar sangat har apne antargat ki, pay peet vanase. Try to go in the inner being corner of yourself. All fear and all nightmares will leave. Clarity and crystallization will happen. And Nadri Mokh Dwar, you shall see the God of liberation and the gate of that palace within your own sight. You can go there. Once you see the city, you go, or you don't go, this is up to you. And you shall be covered. Karmi Yave Kapada, Nadri Mokh Dwar. That one line is very, very promising, very clear, with extreme understanding. As the time will come, Sikh Dharma will develop. This page is in. And this modernization of man's brute force will give in. And subtlety and ecstasy of man's fulfillment will become his intercourse of life. The Sikh Dharma will start to be related with utmost respect and reverence, because this is the science and art of human fulfillment. Vaheguru Ji ka Vaheguru Ji.
राम कली महला तीजा आनंद एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद आनंद पया मेरी माए सतगुरु मैं पाया सतगुर त पाया सहज सेती मन वजियां वाधाइयां राग रतन परवार परिया शब्द गावन आइयां शब्दोत गावो हरि केरा मन जनी वसाया कह नानक आनंद होआ सतगुरु मैं पाया ए मन मेरिया तू सदा रहो हर नाले हर नाल रहो तुम मन मेरे दुख सब विसारना अंगीकार हो करे तेरा कार सब सवारना सबना गला समरथ स्वामी सो क्यों मन हो विसारे कह नानक मन मेरे सदा रहो हर नाले साचे साहिबा क्या नाही करते रह करत तेरा सब किछ है जिस दे सो पावे सदा सिवत सलाह तेरी नाम मन वसावे नाम जिनका मन वस्या वाजे शब्द कनेरे कह नानक सच्चे साहिब क्या नाही करते रह साचा नाम मेरा आतारो साच नाम अतार मेरा जिन भुखा सब गवाइयाँ कर शांत सुख मन आय वस्या जिन इच्छा सब पुजाइयाँ सदा कुर्बान कीता गुरु विट हो जिस दियाँ ए वड़ियाइयाँ कह नानक सुन हो सुनतो शबद रो प्यारो साचा नाम मेरा आतारो वाजे पंच शब्द तित कर सपागै शब्द वाजे कला जित कर तारियां पंच दूत तुद वस कीते काल कंटक मारिया तुर कर्म पाया तुद जिनको से नाम हर कै लागे कह नानक ते सुख हुआ तित कर अनहद वाजे।